Johnny, good work. Outstanding. Yeah, really good job here. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm just really kind of scrutinizing here. You've got your W uppercase, W lowercase. I think the lowercase w is too wide. I really do. In a way, I kind of wish these were up next to here, but the lowercase letter alphabet were all on the same because this is really wide. The W is just unwieldy wide. I think I really do. Let me see if there's a word. Yep, here it is right here. You can see it. You can see it in Waltz. That just doesn't look right. That's so wide and got such a open counter area, and then everything else is so condensed. It's just not working. I would address that W definitely. That lowercase W. Let's jump back up there. Uppercase W looks great. Lowercase W definitely. My only other recommendation is I think the lowercase c is a little problematic as well. It's just got it just doesn't have any, the counter needs to be a little bit wider or open, needs a little more curvature in there to recognize it as a C. And again, I'm talking about the lowercase. I think the uppercase, yeah, maybe even the uppercase a little bit too. It's not too terribly bad at all. I just think it can be just open that up a little bit right there, just to increase that the little open counter area in the C. But the only other thing is I'm going to maintain what I said in my last critique. I think the J, it's just too small. It should come up here, right about to here or so. It may be even the same mean line. But I know you want it smaller, so if you want to come up, don't come up to the mean line, but stagger that a little bit. But right now, the x height of that lowercase j is it's minuscule. It's really tiny. I think it's going to cause problems. I really do. I would definitely address that. My only other comment has to do with your descenders. So you've got these descenders that are really kind of really shooting over across the boundary of the edge of the letter. That could be problematic in the following reasons. If you have a descender, okay, so for example, let's say you're going to put your J, let's say you have a letter combination that's JG or even GJ. Those curved descenders, if you turn the letters closely, they're going to start to overlap. And that's a problem, and you don't want that. So you want to do some experimenting with your descenders just to make sure that if you take that, like if you take that Q and then you place it next to the G, and now of course that's not a common letter combination, but nonetheless you just want to make sure. So try to think of letter combinations that use descenders, the J, the G, the J, the Q, and start developing words. You may have to adjust those descenders because just so they allow yourself the versatility of being able to turn the letters close without the descenders overlapping or encroaching on each other. Does that make sense? If not, let me know. It's really important, and it's something that you want to address now, as opposed to it coming up later in a letter combination where you go, oh man, I didn't think of that, because that's going to entail some work. It's much better, as you know, to do it now, to recognize these issues now. Other than that, letters look great. Numbers. The numeric character set is just gorgeous. Really nice job. It's cool. Okay, so those are my recommendations. And then, of course, you're going to want to do this. You're going to want to just get your zoom tool and just get in there right on top of these letters. I mean, zoom the heck right in. So each letter is almost full screen. And just look for inconsistencies. Go through it, comb through it, and see what you can find. I think that this test right here shows that even though these are staggered letter forms, you got a nice feel here. You definitely have definitely, it's readable, it's legible. So that's a great sign right there. And that's why we do that with different keywords and just testing the typeface, so to speak. All right, great job. Any questions at all, please let me know. Thanks, man.